Welcome to another episode of Drivers for Drivers. I'm Ken Cox, and I'm feeling crispy. Kind of played off of the last video.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Crispy.
Crispy. Today we've got Mandy Ash,
Hello.
Marla Kress.
Howdy.
Behind the scenes we have Danny.
Hello.
And we are Drivers for Drivers. We did it.
I almost missed the cue.
I think I messed it up a little bit. I was like too happy when I said Drivers for Drivers. Everyone else sounded the same.
We got turkey coma going on. It's kind of sluggish in here.
How was Thanksgiving, by the way? Do we have time to ask that?
I would think so.
Well, Ken, how was Thanksgiving?
Well, we've talked about my turkey quite a bit. I was a little nervous that it was going to come out a little. You grow your own turkey, you don't know what's going to happen, especially our first one, right?
Right.
9 of them decided to fly the coop, as it were. So we had one left. Was really happy about how it turned out. It was nice and juicy. You know, it didn't taste like it came from.
Didn't taste
Yeah,
friendly,
like you
like
fed
a
it.
pet.
Yeah, it didn't taste like a pet.
I assumed you baked it in the oven.
We did. We baked it in the oven. We were gonna spatchcock it, or we were gonna put it in hot oils. I just didn't know. We just decided to go traditional with it and brined it 12 hours before, and it turned out pretty good.
What did you call it that you were going to do?
Spatchcock.
Spatchcock.
that.
I was
And
very
cut.
confused. Yeah, that might be. What is spatchcocking?
Spatchcocking is you cut the backbone out of it. And then you
Okay.
can kind of, I don't want to say fillet it, but you put it flat on the ground, you make some other cuts, and it almost looks like a frog when you're
Yes.
done, and it makes it super easy to barbecue that way.
My dad did that once. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah.
But he sewed it together. It came out. It looked so gross. We were all like, what is that? It just looked like a piece of something that had been sewn together. It was scary.
Hey.
Marla, what did you do
Turkey.
for
I just stayed home with my youngest. It was nice. It was just the two of us. It was beautiful.
did
Nice, quiet.
who cooked everything?
I did. She's 11.
She didn't help? What? 11, that's no excuse.
No, I did. I took care of it all. So
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Very
it's nice.
cool.
What was
Very quiet.
What was your favorite dish? Like, what is the staple of every Thanksgiving for the Marla household?
Well, this isn't a normal staple, but what she wanted for dessert this year was a Jell-O poke cake.
Ooh, a Jell-O poke cake. Those
And-
are good.
And
I've
we
never
got a
heard of it.
vanilla cake, and she wanted lime and cherry Jell-O.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
So
And
it
then
was
whipped
actually
cream on the
really
top,
good,
right?
and whipped cream
Oh.
on the top. It was very delicious.
I have never heard of that.
Oh, it is so good and so easy to do. And I was like, oh, yes, I don't have to bake a pie. I don't have to do any of
Very
that.
moist
Absolutely.
cakes.
It was great.
It's funny because I have eaten those before. I did not know that that's what they were called.
And they're very light.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after a heavy meal, it was kind of nice to have something light for dessert.
You can eat the whole pan and not feel bad about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
Jell-O.
Jell-O.
It's Jell-O and some cake and whipped toppings. So,
Oh, it's so good.
I don't hate that.
Mandy, what'd you do?
Well, I'm a store-bought kind of girl.
Nice.
Sorry, I just had my tonsils taken out, so it's not all back yet.
Ooh, you sound good.
Yesterday was rough. I was like, ooh, I don't know what tomorrow's going to be. But it's pretty good today. We always go to my grandma's. And my grandma makes everything.
What is your favorite meal?
Always mashed potatoes.
How
Doesn't
does-
even matter.
How does she do her mashed potatoes?
Well, she does the Costco frozen pellet.
Well, I mean,
so she's a store-bought person.
But
she's
to
a
too.
star-
Well, nothing else was. She had a lot of stuff on there. Homemade stuffing and her turkey, and she had a lot. I'm not much of a variety kind of girl, so I had turkey and potatoes and a roll.
That's the way it goes.
Pumpkin pie later.
Delicious.
It was so good.
We're still taking a nap, though. It's basically how this show started.
Tryptophan's really tryptophan in me today. So before we get into
The meat and potatoes.
the meat and taters, adopt a family, quickly. Episode 40, we threw a question out there, and it was part of the adopt a family, and it was what was raised in
2020?
2020.
I believe so.
I believe so. And we had quite a few people come in, but we snagged 2. And so Joshua Sosa and Jake Burgoyne, we're going to get you guys a Drivers for Drivers t-shirt and a hydration vessel with Giltner on it.
Without all the stickers, probably.
Without the stickers. If you want some stickers.
You put your own on.
Yeah. So we have Adopt a Family. We brought Mandy and Marla in. They pretty much spearhead
Started it,
this.
yeah.
What is Adopt a Family?
This started in 2013, so
Oh, it's been for
there
a
was.
while.
Back when you guys were like 12.
Yeah, I wish.
The third time.
Second, maybe. How old do you think I am? Back then, it was very small. It was just a thought, not really a match or with Giltner or anything. We were just trying to, what
Yeah,
can
we
we
didn't do any match that year.
Yeah, it was small.
What ended up, was it the next year that really take it to them?
What
Like,
sparked that fire?
Yeah, what made
brought
it so-
Giltner into it?
I think the next year I did less and safety did more.
Right. That's
And-
when we got a hold of the Salvation Army. And we also reached out to the Jerome Rotary Club as well. We reached out to some local churches and got some names and some families that way. And then we got a list together and decided shopping was the thing to do during the holiday season. It's not for my own kids.
Yeah.
And Marla and Candace still shop.
Yeah.
The twin office, we've moved to a Target online shopping, and
Well,
I'm like,
you
send
guys-
me the link on Amazon.
You guys still do, yeah, it's crazy to see how much work is put into this. How much has it grown if you gave it a percentage from the very first year and the second year?
Oh my, I think the second year we only had like a handful of families. And
Yeah.
last year we did over 17, wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
had a list, I didn't bring it, of
And-
every year of how much we raised.
Yeah.
So 14 is when I moved to the twin office, and we didn't participate much in twin. Twin was very small. There was not very many of us. And that's when I think Marla had taken over more.
Right.
And started taking over more. And honestly, out of everybody that participates, the drivers participate the most.
Yeah.
It is crazy because they're not here to see it. And most of them don't even live here. And they care so much. And I really think that has to do with how much that Marla and the safety department is able to portray to them. Like, this is who we're helping. This is what we do. A lot of times these families isn't always in need of things, is in need of love.
Mm-hmm.
And they've went through, I don't know if I can say hell and back on the show.
I'll beep that out.
But it's been really bad, and
We do have one of the families that have that we have an opportunity to help this year. Can you tell us a little bit?
yep, and they're just coming in. So I should have found some stories of some other ones. Some of them have been really young, and they really just pull your heartstrings. Well, the first one we've gotten so far with Camp Rainbow Gold, back in 2013, she was life flighted to Boise when she was 6 years old. And at that time, her cancer was so widespread that chances for living were very low. After several rounds of radiation, surgeries, and over a year of chemo treatments, she was able to fight cancer and go into remission. It's been 9 years now. But because of that, she's only 4'9". The chemo stunted her growth. Her sister now is actually taller than her.
And it's your younger sister.
Yeah, her younger sister, yeah. So she's 16 now. She's getting ready to get her license. She's very active in school, and she's trying to figure out what she wants to be when she grows up. Since her sister was so young, when she was 3 when she was diagnosed with cancer, that they're like inseparable, her mom says. But they have to go back all the time. There's constant, once you have cancer, you're constantly going back and getting all your treatment and checking, and every
Follow-ups.
time you do that, you're scared again.
So the emotional, not only was there a financial burden on the family for that, and they might be in remission right now, but they still have, there's always those financial burdens from healthcare that you need. That emotional challenge of being so close to losing your life or losing somebody you love. This is just a really good story. I love this, that we are getting to help this family. One of a lot of families we're getting to help this year. one of the things that I thought was really cool when Marla was shopping with the rest of the gang, I went to film it. I didn't help shop. That's too much work.
No, it looks like you guys got this under control.
It is a lot of work. I did it once. I was like, on my back.
I couldn't believe they.
Those girls got it down.
Yeah, and they don't just go and grab the first thing. You know, with a clothes, for example, they know the age of the kids and the size, and then they go in there and they're just finding the ones that look good.
And
they,
we're very frugal, too, to make that budget stretch as far as we can.
yeah, it is not just go in and pick up the first thing. They spend, I was there for 30, 45 minutes, and they were just getting started. So I don't know how long they normally take. But we really, from all of us, you know, we appreciate the work that you guys do.
How do we grow this more? I mean, like we reach out to the drivers, you know, hey, everything that you guys put down, Giltner's going to match.
I think
Right.
the more participation, the better.
And not everybody can afford to pay. You know, when I hear how much the drivers are donating,
Blows my mind.
it does, because they're not only are they sacrificing all they already sacrifice so much for doing the job that they do, but they are sacrificing money.
This year's is
This-
going to be really tight too.
Very,
so
very
Yeah.
tough year.
I
for sure.
imagine this year we may not grow. Every year we always beat the year before.
Yeah.
So last year, we're not doing any quizzes, right? I can say the year.
Yeah.
the amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year we were at 32,610
That's a lot of socks.
that we made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I divided that. If you take everything that we have done, and I'm probably off just a little bit, but I shouldn't be. I'm the accountant.
Yeah.
In the early years, we didn't keep track of the money like we do now. So
Right,
some
right.
of it is kind of goes off of what I can. But $132,098 spent. So if you spend $250 a person, which, you know, cars, clearly it's not 250, so, you know, things go up and down, but we do get some families that don't need as much, so
Correct.
they don't spend 250. So I feel like that was a good average. Do you think that's
It
good?
is. It is very good.
So if you divide that up, that's over 500 people
Wow.
that we have helped in 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. It just gave me goosebumps. And I already knew the number.
And there's other things that you really can't put a dollar amount to, for like last year when we donated a Winco gift card to the Salvation Army to get their hams for their meal boxes for
Yes.
Christmas time. I mean, I don't know how many hams the gift card bought, but it reached out to every single one of those families.
Every dollar gets spent. And so there was at Valley House last year, I think I just went and bought a whole bunch of things that were on sale and we just went and dropped it off.
Marla, can you tell us how, if somebody's listening and they want to donate, is there something they can do to get that to us?
Well, if they want to donate and they're not employed with us or do it through a payroll deduction, they can always bring the donation in to myself at the safety office in Jerome, or they can bring it to Mandy here in the Twin Falls office. If it is a driver that would like to do it as a payroll deduction, they just need to reach out to our payroll ladies and they can get that set up for them.
And then if somebody doesn't have a lot of money to donate, is there anything that they can do either with their time, or are there things that they can do other than just donate money?
Yeah, and if they want to just like do a turkey or a ham, you know, really
Absolutely.
cheap,
Bring it in.
Yeah.
that's something they have to be bought anyway. So, you know, and it feels better when you bring in a turkey than hand $12.
I
So,
agree.
You know, if that's what you want to do that. But wrapping presents is always the thing. Shopping.
I've had drivers actually bring me in laundry baskets full of just laundry supplies that they had purchased
yeah.
and brought
That's
in
good.
that we
That's cool.
got to the families. Some toys that they purchased, and we just added it to the collection that we sent over.
And some of that stuff, like the laundry supplies, would be really awesome to like the Valley House or
Correct.
schools.
And we are always looking for people to help us shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is a big job.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. How many volunteers did you have last year? Was it like 6 or
On
7?
the trip that you were there, I think we had 4 that actually came out of the office, and then they, grabbed their kids and that kind of
Yes.
stuff to go with us.
Because your
so,
daughter was there.
yes, and that was just one of our shopping trips.
Yeah.
We actually got a couple of drivers to go with us one year. That was kind of fun.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be. If you guys want to participate in that, let us know. We'll work it out.
We'll make it happen, for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Get you through the yard.
If you can think of anything that would help benefit this, comment below. Send us an email. Let us know so we can include you and get this, to be amazing.
You can also buy the items if you choose. Like if you want to buy something instead of, you just reach out to one of us and we can let you know if there's something on the list.
So, for example, last year, that bike, the pink
Oh
bike.
yeah, the trike. Yeah.
Okay, the trike actually was purchased by one of our drivers.
Yep.
She just purchased it, had it delivered to us so that we can get it to.
Yep, and it was a
to them.
specialty.
It was a
I think it was
specialty.
called something special, but it's for people that are for kids that are handicapped. It's a
Yeah.
special one.
So that driver's
So you can pop that in.
child also had the same issue and could relate and understood, what was needed there. So
Yeah.
he bought that bike and got her here. That's super cool.
Yeah, that's so special. And the dad almost cried.
Yeah.
He didn't bring any kids, but that was still emotional.
Right.
But packing up,
His
pulled
truck.
right up onto the
Yeah.
courtyard, and we were packing up his truck. And
Some
One
crochet.
of our drivers that passed away in 2020, his wife would knit stocking caps and would send them on the truck with him. So when that, in 2019 and 2018, when those years rolled around, she brought us a big old bag
That
of
is
hats
cool.
to go.
So if you have that as a talent, don't hesitate to use that. Marla, what is it that gets you doing this every year?
I honestly don't know. I hang out with these drivers every day. So I listen to them and I listen to how things are at home, how stressful it is for them out on the road. And then when we start talking about this, it gives them something to get excited about. And I don't know about y'all, when somebody else is excited about one thing, it's kind of contagious. It kind of spreads. So you take that positivity and then you go out and you just continue on with it. It's like that snowball rolling down the hill, just gets bigger as you continue on. I like it when the drivers come in and they say, hey, how are we doing this year? How much shopping have we have? Or they come in and we have all of these toys and clothes and everything all bagged up and ready to be delivered. And they're like, oh my God, that's a lot. And I'm like, oh no, that's just like one family. I don't know what you're talking about. So, but they really enjoy that. Now, I will tell you, some of them like to push the try me now buttons on all those toys that are nice and loud. And they continue to play over and over again. So, but I do that too, so it's all fair. But yeah, I just like the fact that it's an inclusion for drivers for so much of what they do day in and day out is solitary. All by themselves, a lot of thinking. So it's kind of nice to have the inclusion of them.
I totally get what you're saying, where it's kind of catching. They just kind of rub off on you.
Mandy,
oh, me.
closing thoughts.
Oh, closing thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We're really excited to get this going. Last year we were way further ahead than this year, so I think this year's a little bit different. So, but
I've
we're
been
good
a little distracted with some changes going on over in Jerome.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Still a
Yep.
couple.
A little bit different.
Yeah. Busier.
But it is a little bit different right now anyway. Money last year was a lot better than it is this year. I'm trying to think of new ways to maybe ask each department to come in and, hey, do you want to come wrap for the family this day at this time or whatever? And the more we can get to participate, the better it will be. If it's just me and Marla doing it, I mean,
Yeah,
we
gotta
enjoy
spread
it.
that.
You're right.
and we'll be fine. But it's way more fun if everyone else gets to participate. And
Yeah, get up, take 5 minutes, go wrap a present. You got to get up and move anyways. So you
take
might
a
as well get up
15-minute break.
Yeah, go.
And it could
go
be
wrap.
ugly wrapped. It's fine.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
no one
It's all
cares.
fine.
Danny, closing thoughts.
I can't say it enough. I am so grateful for these ladies and everything that they do, and for our drivers and all that they do to make this happen every year. And Greg and Shauna for the Polsons. I'm so blessed to be surrounded by such good people. And Ken's beard.
Marla, bring us home.
Follow up with the beard. Oh my. I just hope that we get a good turnout this year. for donations. Like everybody's already talked about, it's been a struggling year all the way around. But we do make that money stretch as far as we can. We try to reach out to as many people as we can to make the holidays a little bit easier. So if you can donate, we appreciate it, whether it's your time or your money or whatever the case may be. We look forward to it.
Pay it
For
forward.
And if it's an outside person that doesn't work at Giltner and they still want to
Just
donate
reach
and
out
see
to us.
this,
Yeah.
let us know. We have a PayPal. We can send
I'll
it in
put
there.
your guys' contact information here. Here's Marla's.
Sweet.
And here's Mandy's. And here's Ken's beards.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate you laying this out so we can, better understand what adopt a family is. So as we're doing this and we're putting this all together, we know some of y'all out there are going through some tough times as well. Just know that we're thinking about you. We've got we've got you on our hearts and our minds. If you guys need anything, just go ahead. Please reach out. Let us know. We're here to work as a team and take care of you as the way you guys take care of us. So as we end this episode, we want to say thank you for doing what you're doing out there. You are our eyes and ears on the road. If you see something, say something. And thanks for making the better move.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys.
Go Cowboys.